parental influence is that, or was that for me, mom said, hey, don't spend so much time on the basketball court. Being an athlete, let you know, being an athlete, you don't make any money. You have to be a doctor or an engineer. That's when you can have a secure and safe future. However, with these athletes coming on board, becoming international stars or heroes to their countries, it really, even my mom, sometimes she regrets it. God, I should have you continue play
my
basketball.
mom says that too. She's like, I should have put a tennis racket in your hand when you were a baby.
So I think
the mentality is changing with
Yes.
the Asian families and things like that. And you know, even today, you know, you see a lot of interracial marriages and a lot of Hapa kids, and you know, and a lot of Hapas have made it in professional sports.
Oh.
You know, Rex Walters, who played at Kansas back in the mid '80s, was drafted in the NBA. You know, he was actually in the first round, picked 16th.
Oh, that's a high pick.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, people. If you look at him, he doesn't really look like he's Asian, but he's, you know, half Japanese, half Caucasian.
Right.
And, you know, he had a successful career, you know, 8 years in the NBA.
Right.
And now he's coaching up in San Francisco. So, you know, he's made a difference, little inroads right there. And you know, the Japanese American community knows of him and, you know, understands that. And that's something for these kids to look up to.
I think you brought out a good point there I want to talk about. We know a lot of, like you said, intermixed athlete out there. For example, Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods is another great example, right?
I don't recall his name, but he plays for the Steelers.
Hines Ward. Hines Ward is half African American, half Korean.
Right, but how come, you know, for somebody that doesn't follow sports as closely, they were never portrayed as an Asians. They always portray as African American. Why is that?
You know, I think again, when you first look at him, you know, Hines Ward doesn't really look Asian. He looks a little bit Asian, but you know, the Asians, you know, don't see that, or the public doesn't see that. So, you know, I personally think it doesn't matter as much anymore. It's like Tiger Woods. You know, everyone knows Tiger Woods is half Asian, but you know, he doesn't, you know, emphasize that, or the media doesn't emphasize that. You know, it's just Tiger Woods.
Do you think that's another form of discrimination or stereotyping? I mean, why don't only glorify that they have the Asian part? They rarely do that. I find that very strange.
Yeah, it's true. They rarely do.
I think it's up to the athlete if he wants to emphasize that. You know, like Rex Walters really emphasized that, so people know that. But you know, Tiger Woods doesn't choose to do that. I mean, Tiger Woods is maybe just more private or more aloof to that. So it doesn't matter to him.
Well, maybe if they have an Asian last name, probably there'd be more.
Right, right.
It would be more obvious and evident.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, even in professional baseball right now, you've got, you know, up with the Giants, Travis Ishikawa, who is a Hapa. And another guy that people don't know is this year's Cy Young winner, Tim Lincecum, is also half Asian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his
I
mother.
didn't know that either.
His mother is Filipino, but you know, he doesn't emphasize that or doesn't, you know, communicate that, so people don't know.
Is there a reason you think that they don't really want to communicate that?
You know, these athletes are probably just driven to be the best that they can be and just concentrate on their sports, and they're not really about trying to make a general statement to the public. You know, they're not politicians, they're not actors. You know, they get paid to perform on the field. A lot of them don't even, a lot of the public doesn't necessarily want to hear what they have to say, you know, because a lot of them, when they start talking, they end up putting their foot in their mouth. So,
Good point. Then it would be over.
Yeah, so, you know, a lot of these athletes, you know, they didn't grow up to make statements, you know, they just grew up to be the best athlete possible. So, you know, guys like Jeremy Lin who are voicing his concerns, you know, that's different. You know, that's something that you don't see in the general athlete population. So, you know, guys like that can make a difference.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, we only have a few seconds left because one point you touched, physical attributes for Asian American. I just want to make a point. From my observation is that they're changing. I think the Asians out there now, because of diet or whatever, they're getting bigger and stronger now. So you see that trend, right?
Well, I think, you know, you're talking about the Asian Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're assimilating, you know, into the culture. And, you know, before, when, you know, if they're just recently immigrating and you know, their lifestyle was different, their food intake was different. You know, now here in America, you know, they got an opportunity. Everyone has an opportunity to get fat and eat all kinds of junk food and, you know, stuff like that or whatever. But you know, so everything is kind of balancing out. So, you know, I do feel in you know, within the next 5-10 years, you're going to definitely see a lot more Asians playing professional sports.
I hope so.
You know, unfortunately, we're out of time, but really, I hope what you're saying is correct. In 10 years, we'll see many Asian out there just as common as, you know, the other races out there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.